Hello again, everyone. It's me, the intro guy, coming at you once again with some new content. This one is a bit more unusual than the others in that the game has not actually been released yet. It is a demo, but I'm sure some of you may have heard of it. It is a little number called Mindwave. Truthfully, it's one of the first things that I wanted to tackle for this channel, but things didn't line up for it just right. I felt like I wouldn't have been able to do it proper justice if I had tackled it sooner, but that's changed now. That said, I don't think there's much point in entertaining any more delay, so let's get on with things, shall we? Moving on to the gameplay guy. What? Alright, everything should be fine. Let's do this. Well, that was a rather interesting intro. Needless to say, I'm gonna keep silent on any cutscenes and any of the actual gameplay. But for now, let's keep going. And select option, get started. I think that's already over by now, but if it isn't, check it out. I see what's here. And nothing that isn't already discussed. Our little protagonist and the not-so-little tower. Let's check it out. I've seen this game before, but this will be my first time playing it, so let's give it a good old try. I anticipate this will be a shorter video today, since this is a demo, but I guess we'll see. Contestants. Mindwave tournaments consist of hundreds of other lucky people like you. You know what this style vaguely reminds me of? Me neither. So please remember to remain lined up in an orderly fashion and remain patient. Make sure to have your platinum ticket ready before the scanning process and do not skip others. Yes, I did that accent on purpose to try to emulate the wavy things. I'm not sure it's actually called an accent. A tone? Whatever. When you arrive at a terminal, you will be guided through our identity verification process. Can you move? Hey, it's your turn. Can you move? I guess. Welcome to the Mindscape Tower Tournament entry system. Please step forward to this terminal to get started. Ooh, I really like this. Well, greetings from the Mindscape Tower Tournament entry system. Terminal. Tab. Can I click it? And welcome to Mindscape Tower. Home to Mindscape Tower. No, I can't click it. I have to hit the key for it. Ooh, I really like this log interface. Creators of the most cutting-edge developments of the... I didn't finish reading that. Creators of the most cutting-edge developments in the world of cognitive technology and entertain. Yeah, skip, don't care. And that's why it's always handy to have a log, in case your protagonist feels like skipping things. Pandora, a classic name. Just make it quick. Did her belt change faces? There's like a million people behind me. One of our most eager contestants yet. Very well. Please insert your platinum ticket into the slot. And insert the cable into your neural port. Frightening. Please wait. Pandora, date of birth. Yeah, I always forget off the top of my head. August 4th, I believe. Age 16th, address doesn't matter. ID 7263672. Scan complete. Contestant name Pandora. Registered to ticket number 7263672 for East Cola carbonated refreshment. Vending 6-824 in Blackout City East. What an interesting name. Blackout City. City full of lights with a name that doesn't fit that. Creepy. Initiating calibration sequence. Tutorial. Calibration in progress. Hey there, now that you're hooked in, we're gonna do a bit of cognitive calibration to get you ready to play. The angel/devil? We'll take you through the basics of how to play Mindwave while we wait for the calibration process to complete. Mindwave is all about linking with your opponent's mind and experiencing their thoughts, memories, and feelings in quick bursts we call microgames. We'll play some microgames from your own mind, for practice. For practice, yes, but this implies that our opponents are playing these microgames. Very interesting. Every microgame uses what we call an interface. They determine how you interact with microgame. Let's try a microgame right now using the interface shown on the left. Hopefully it's self-explanatory. Circle. Good job. Oh, I really messed with that. Oh, I really love those animations. Great job. That's what playing a microgame feels like. Let's try out another microgame with a different interface. This one uses a keyboard interface. Give it a go. Captures. Good work. That microgame was a little tricky. How about a simpler one? We're going to test your reflexes with a spacebar interface. Oh, I just noticed a background behind the background. Calibration progress. And a little face. We're going to test your reflexes with a spacebar interface. Wait for just the right moment, then slam to attention, like you're slamming on a spacebar. Get it? Because it is a spacebar. Gosh, that was really something. What an interesting mind you have, haha. It's time to try out the errors interface. As if you were playing a game with a keyboard, focus on the arrow keys with your right hand, or was with your left hand. Oh, I'm glad was is an option. Catch. Oh, I like that. It may have seemed vaguely rotational, but no, it was a snap to movement, which I kind of like. Good job. That's all of the fundamentals, but did you know interfaces can be combined? It's true. Let's try out a microgame using both the arrows and spacebar interfaces. Okay. Neat. I wonder what this represents, if anything. Great work. Time for another interface combo. This time use the arrows and mouse together. Think you can do it? Well, I actually prefer that over the arrow keys in space. Fine. Yes. Very interesting. Oh, it looks like the calibration process is complete. Thank you for waiting, and have fun in the tournament. Yowza. Calibration complete. We are pleased to welcome you to the annual Mindwave tournament, hosted by Mindscape Co. Yeah, I imagine that's always gonna be a rough experience. By proceeding through the gate, you will be ready to participate in the tournament. No dive. Okay. I wonder if that's in the log. It is! Not bypassing these gates, you hereby provide Mindscape Co. legal permission to record and monitor the activity of your Mindwave gameplay within this tournament in order to broadcast any all matches to the world and to train our patented Mindscape neural network for enhancing future official Mindwave gameplay opportunities. Please proceed to the lobby and wait for the event to begin. Ha! Jeez. Remember, the most important thing is to have fun and to treat your fellow contestants with kindness. Thank you for participating, and we wish you luck. Whatever. Floor 1. Very interesting style they're going for. Hey, Pandora. Smalls? What a silly name. Sup? I thought you didn't have a ticket. Nah, I didn't. How did you get in then? A business secret. What did you do? Security was super light. Non-existent even. Dude. Just kinda walked in through a back door. I don't... Maybe it's just me, but I don't think that sneaking into a competition where your mind is literally on the line, you literally have to plug things into your head in order to get ahead, and I don't think this is smart. Security doesn't have to be light because they'll know the instant you plug something in that you're not meant to belong. The only reason why they keep you in, despite that, is... well, not for any good reason, and I'll leave it at that. Wandered around some hallways till I found this massive room full of people. I mean, I'm glad you're here. Definitely gonna make this whole thing less of a pain. I just hope security doesn't suddenly show up to kick you out. With what I said earlier, that might actually be one of the kinder options. Fingers crossed. If they ask, I'm telling them we're not associated. Fair enough. They can literally get into your head. There is a limit to how far lying will get you. But look, for real. It's good to have you here. We've got a bit of time before the first round starts. How about we walk around and meet some people? No thanks, I'm just here for the game. I'd rather just stand around until it starts. Well, you gotta think about this strategically. Mindwave is all about people's minds. Yeah. It might help to get a feel for a few personalities. See what sort of brains you might have to deal with. Man, if you insist on dragging me around, I guess I'll follow. Doesn't have to be this whole big deal. Good enough. Let's see. Welcome to the lobby. Here, Pandoras and Smalls can pass the time by chatting with their fellow contestants before the next round of the tournament begins. To look around, move your mouse to the edges of the screen or use WASD/0 keys. Use a spacebar to open the sub-menu. Chat with Smalls, what's up? Let's go, skip lobby. You can click on Smalls to talk with him. And you can click on Pandora to skip the lobby and start the next round of the tournament. The first round will begin shortly. If you need to reread anything, you can press tab to pull up the log. As far as I'm aware, the game starts after you talk with one person, or at least that's what all of the videos that I've seen on this game before have shown. So for now, I'm just gonna leave it as is, though I will say that everyone that I've seen talks to this character here, who I will not spoil. I will also say that if the game does start after talking with only one person, I will give you all the courtesy of going back here and talking to everybody else, and I will put that in the video after the main gameplay section. But we'll see. As you probably gathered, I'm doing all of this live. So, you have to hold it down. That said, since this is only a demo, and as I understand it, it's rather short, as silly as it might be, and as early as it might be, because this is going to be a smaller video, we're calling this a coffee break. I'll see you in just a few minutes. Suppose we'll see if the mute function on this microphone works as intended. That's it. Let's start clicking on stuff. You might notice a cut, but that shouldn't be any surprise by now. What you looking at? The windows? Yeah, I don't like them. I think you're letting your disdain for this place cloud your judgment. They're just windows, man. I commend them for the natural light they let in. Any other building would let you walk up to the windows and, actually look out of them. Not Mindscape, though. Why? Is it their self-importance? Do they believe that nobody will even think about anything else while they're here? Or are they trying to obscure the fact that this place is creepy as hell? Maybe they just don't want people getting their handprints all over the glass. They probably save a fortune on cleaners every year they run this tournament. Yeah, those are extremely clean windows. How do they even clean giant windows like this? I don't envy the window cleaners in charge of Mindscape Tower. They might be the only people who hate this place more than you do. A screen with a clock. So that is a clock. A screen with a clock. We've all got phones, what's the point? Pandora, that's pretty reductive. It's for the style, you know? The grandness of it all. We're here in Mindscape Tower. The $10 million tournament is minutes away. We're in a huge room. And everything has horns. What is it with Mindscape Co. and horns? It's branding. That's pretty obvious. I mean, yeah, it is pretty obvious. It's a style thing too. We could go back and forth on this forever. I'd really rather not. Admitting defeat, I see. Choose your next words very carefully. Dude, you're being weird. Stop being a corporate shill and forget I asked about the damn screen. Nice. Let's see, anything else? Oh, looks like I can click on these pipes. These tubes are freaky looking. Wonder what's in them. I mean, it's probably just like power and stuff. Just wonder why they gotta be so big and in our faces. They're actually pretty darn far up off the ground. I don't know the exact measurements, but that looks like a 30, maybe 40 foot ceiling at a glance. I wouldn't say they're in our faces. They look to be about 100 feet up to me. 100 feet? I don't know about that, Smalls. But then again, your name does have a certain implication about size measurement. I have no idea what I tried to say there. Moving on. Shut up. You know what I mean. How nonchalant. Anything else I can click on? All the windows probably say the same thing. Can't click on the logo. Oh yeah, it's the sub menu. What's up? Here we are. Oh, it's a little context menu. I didn't see this in any other videos anyone did. So, Mindscape Tower. Here we are. Yep, the inside is crazy looking. I wonder how many people have actually set foot in here. Taking a sip of coffee. Besides 1,000-something invited annually? Yes, besides them. It's just a really secretive place. Doesn't feel like we're supposed to be here. It's not something you ever think about. You just see it on the skyline. Evil-ass tower with a freaky glowy eye. Yeah, the skull on her belt is changing faces. We're inside the evil-ass tower. Isn't that weird? Yeah, but you weren't gonna miss this opportunity, were you? Nope. I ain't gonna pass up the opportunity to take Mindscape's cash. even if they are kinda evil. How evil are they, though? The branding is super weird, but all they did was make a game. Is there any other company that's transparently evil? Probably, but I couldn't name any off the top of my head. Okay, helpful. Anything else? You snuck in. So, you snuck in. I did. First off, why? That's the type of thing you'd chastise me for even thinking of doing. Yeah, but I knew you'd have an awful time here without me. Oh, how considerate. Especially because you almost passed out last time you played. I wasn't even close to passing out. I just threw up. Well, if I got a headache so bad it made me puke, I'd at least want a friend there to comfort me. So you'll call the paramedics if I die. Nah, my phone's not picking up service here. But you can complain to me anytime. I'll be dead. Yeah. If a game was so bad if the game was so bad it killed you, I'd hope you complain. Oh, you wouldn't hear the end of it, dude. Anything else? Nah, that's all I got. Okay, cool. What's up? Never mind. Actually, never mind. Okay. Yeah, as I thought. Can't talk to anyone that the thing doesn't light up on, and the thing is only lighting up on the people that actually have colors to them. Let's start with you in the left here. That guy's hoodie is cool. You want to go ask him where he bought it? I don't know, not really. I just think it's cool. I mean, I can go ask him if you want me to. I don't. Yo. Oh, so that's this one. Oh, hey? Listen to this real quick. Shine. Well, that was something. So, what do you think? We got ourselves a musician here? What is this? My song. Hope you like it. Yeah, we got a musician here. Man, I don't know. Give me some time to think about it first. That's okay. Name's Dom, by the way. Friends call me Mixmaster D, but it's kinda lame, so just Dom is fine. I'll be calling you Dom. I'm Pandora. Hasn't updated in here yet. He is Smalls. Your song. So, what the hell have you just been... Have you just been showing your song to everyone? Nah, just you two so far. Since you were already talking about me, I thought you might like it. Plus, I thought you looked cool. Thank you? You do know that you got lucky with us, right? What do you mean? Someone else could have found that annoying as hell. Especially with everyone being so on edge in here. Like, what if someone punched you in the face for doing that? I don't know, you don't seem that on edge. Maybe because my track's a vibe? Gotta love the confidence. Okay, man, I actually thought it was kinda neat. But you really need to rethink how you promote yourself. I thought it was pretty effective, myself. Certainly left an impression. We could give it a try. Nuh-uh, that's a non-starter. I'm not trying to have my teeth knocked out over music promotion. I'll get us mouth guards or something. We're musicians too. Oh, we are? We're actually musicians too, Dom. For real? That's sick. Are you two in a band or something? It's only us two, so it's not like a real band. More of a duo, Smalls on synths and me on guitar. I'd like to say that explains something, but there hasn't been much to explain so far. We don't have a ton of notoriety or anything. A duo can be a band. Now, you signing us up under a different name at every show we play at? And that's a silly thing to do. That might be why we're lacking notoriety. That's awesome though, and funny. It's not like we're a big enough name for people to care. You guys do gigs? That's dope. I wish I could play my tunes live too. You should be able to. Smaller shows will let just about anyone in. Even us, in spite of Pandora's sabotaging. See, I don't know why you're so hung up on that, man. We only ever play at old musty dumps. And there's only ever around 20 people watching us at most. Nobody notices. That's the problem. If we had one consistent name, people might notice us. And also, I don't think it's that funny. Okay, screw you for thinking it's not funny. But that's a pretty fair point. Oh, hey Dom, want to play with us at our next show? It'd be nice to have a third to carry our gear. Oh, hell yeah, bro. Bye. Seems like you and Pandora decided that we'd do a collab. I'm cool with that. I'm just gonna need your contact to hit you up later. Oh yeah, I'm gonna write it down for you. You know what I was thinking though? We need to do a gig like right here. What, Mindscape Tower? I don't know who we'd even ask for permission to do that. But it'd be cool. This place is definitely built to handle a festival. Oh, hell no. There's no way I'd ever do anything for Mindscape. Actually, no. I'd love to play here specifically without their permission. Like, take our gear to the entrance and start playing until they force us out. Hey, wanna do that, Dom? Absolutely. When? I don't got my things on me, so not right now, but we could meet up at the entrance to start brainstorming. You in, Smalls? I don't think I can refuse. Okay then, see you later, Dom. It's a plan. See ya. Bye. Alright, that's one person down, and we haven't gone right to gameplay, so we'll talk to the rest. Well, first, let's see what happens if we tap him again. Dom, can we hear your music again? Haha, sure. Nice. It's not a bad tune, but it does seem to cut off a bit too quickly, in my opinion. But I ain't no musician. Next up, you in the shirt and the pants. I held up that girl in line earlier. Oh, that explains why she looked a bit familiar. She got kinda annoyed. That sounds incredibly trivial. But if it's bothering you, why not apologize? Just an idea. An awful idea. I can only see myself making things worse. Suit yourself. Just don't be surprised if you run into her in the bracket and completely fumble. Maybe I should set things straight. Great idea. I'll be over there. A rather intense look from this one. Ahem. Hey. Ahem. Are you sick? No, I was just clearing my throat. Oh, okay. Hi. Hi? Apologize. My bad for holding up the line earlier. Okay. Honestly, I don't think I cared about that back then. Much less now. If anything, the fact that you're here apologizing bothers me. You're making it into a big deal by bringing it up. Now I have the social obligation to make you feel Now I have the social obligation to make you feel better about something I don't remember. So, apology taken, if that's what you wanted to hear. Okay, you're being a little more aggro about this than I expected. Yeah, because you don't know me. I was just trying to apologize. I don't like being put into uncomfortable social situations. You were the one who made it uncomfortable. You were the one who made it into a whole thing. I mean, okay, sorry. A little bit of self-awareness goes a long way. I wasn't trying to be rude. I feel you. You talk way more than me, though. True. If I just leave now, I think I'd feel kind of stupid. That's an option. Nice. I noticed your necklace. Are you religious? Not that I'd have a problem with that. I just think it looks cool. Crosses are a cool shape. Is a cross a shape? I mean, it's a polygon for sure, but I don't know, I just feel like a shape... I might be completely wrong, but I feel like a shape is a defined thing where the sides are contiguous. I don't know how to explain this. Basically, if there isn't a big space in the a big uniform space in the middle. Well, whatever. I'm probably closer to being agnostic, if anything. Interesting stance, but not one I disagree with. Though, I'm not the type of person to think a lot about that kind of stuff. Yeah, same. My parents are pretty religious. They think this place is some sort of satanic site. Because of the horns. And the big creepy eye that appears sometimes. Wait, only sometimes? But they let me go when I reminded them about the money. Pragmatism at its finest. I mean, this is an evil-ass building. I prefer it yet... I prefer it over yet another grey slab clogging the skyline. Besides, I'd expect you to be the last person to criticize how the tower looks, huh? With those colors and the spikes, you look like you're trying to cosplay the tower. What? No way. No way I look that soulless or insane. This tower has, like, more of an evil circus vibe. Fair. But I'm not fond of Mindscape either. I like their game, though. Oh, is it starting? Huh. I gotta get back with Smalls. So the game starts after 2 lines of dialogue. Or 3? Because I feel like I didn't exhaust all the dialogue choices with her either. Don't worry, anything that I feel like you'll miss, I'll put in at the end of the gameplay section. That said, we gotta go do this now. Attention contestants, the pools round is about to begin. Please enter an available elevator within the next 10 minutes. Alright, good luck, Pandora. I'll see you in a bit. I wonder if he's playing or if he's just gonna try to sneak his way onto the next floor. Ready? And there's the plug, ominous in the back. Greetings, contestant. Please insert the cable into your neural port to confirm your entry. I don't imagine that gets any more pleasant. Identity confirmed. Pandora. The pools round will begin shortly. Please stand by. Well, let's get into it. I'll try to keep quiet, but don't be surprised if I say stuff. Well, do be surprised because it means I didn't do my job in editing correctly. Okay, this feels weird. This is actually starting now. Everything feels so quiet. I guess the silence is nice. My ears aren't being constantly bombarded by the crowd. People are irritating, but Smalls makes it all bearable. Talking with him never feels like a chore. That's what they call a bestie. I'm starting to worry about entering other people's minds. I don't even play Mindwave. You've played it before, haven't you? Or at least in the tournament sense. From what I understand, the Mindwave is both an in-universe game and this tournament. And she's definitely been in the tournament before, since Small said so. Implications. Interesting implications. After this door opens, there could be anyone behind it. Some deranged lunatic, for all I know. I just need to stop overthinking this, beat whoever's behind that door, and meet up with Smalls again. And even if I don't think I can do it, it's not like I can go back now. Well, there's always next year. Oh, here we go. Congratulations, Pandora. You've performed well enough to move on to round 2. You are being brought to the next floor. When the doors open, please exit and await the next round of the tournament. Oh, that's lovely. Starlight, thank you for playing the demo. You've unlocked the Mind Select. Select it on the main menu to try out Endless Mode. Alright, you're gonna notice a cut here as I get back to the dialogue section, but I'll be back momentarily in your eyes. Actually, just really quick, let's take a look at how the Mind Select looks. Mind Select, Shuffle, Tutorial, Starlight. You are adorable. Hey, what's this? Standard, endless, simple. Don't know what that does. Alright. Back. Alright, we're cutting again. I'll be back with the dialogue. Alright, and we're back. For posterity's sake, let's see if there's any special dialogue if we hit this button. You done looking around? Yeah, I'm actually not. Actually not. Let's look around some more. Alright, if you insist. You done looking around? Yeah, I'm done here. Yeah, I'm done here. Let's just wait for this thing to start. Alright. And leads right back into this scene. Alright, another cut. Alright, and we're back. First up, let's see if there's anything this girl had to say that we didn't see last time. Yes, I am fast forwarding through this. I wonder if we'll get to learn her name. Last time I asked about the necklace, so why apologize? You know, the reason I apologize is because I didn't want to be embarrassed. Like, if I had to play against you later. I honestly don't have much experience with Mindwave, so I don't want to take chances with stuff like that. How did that go for you? I don't think I'd be embarrassed now, at least. I still don't want to play against you. Why? Am I scary? No, you're just kinda weird. But it's chill, you seem stable enough. Oh, yeah, I can see that. You don't have a reason to worry. I only play this game with my friends, occasionally. Only the well-adjusted ones at that. We all have friends who are not so well-adjusted. Mindwave tournament. Why'd you come to the tournament then? Well, I really don't care to see what's going on in some balding middle-aged dude's head. But I simply want $10 million. That is a universal want, I think. I can put up with a bunch of weirdos for that. Imagine having to go against a serial killer or something. How would you even report something like that? They're probably running background checks to avoid that scenario. I guess it helps that you can literally just plug a cable into someone's head. No serial killer will be dumb enough to deliberately provide a scan of their brain. Especially not to a, most likely, government-subsidized company. Now, isn't that a scary thought? I don't know, I've read they let a couple in from time to time. Keeps things interesting. Maybe I am that person. Wouldn't be surprised. Bye. Okay, that's kind of all I can think to talk about, so I'm gonna go now. See you later? Maybe. How'd it go? Man, I don't know. We didn't learn her name, and you can't click on her anymore. Very interesting. These look like a duo. I think I recognize that tall guy over there. The one chatting with that pink-haired girl? Was he someone else you held up in line or something? No man, shut up. He's cosplaying a character that I recognize. Oh? Who's that? He's Slate, just a character from this cartoon I know. What's it called? I think it was Fortress of Sorrow. Doesn't ring a bell, sorry. Why don't you nerd out about it with him? I don't nerd out. But you know, I do want to tell him I like the cosplay. Ahem. Yo! Cat, I'm telling you, these suits probably transport. I think that girl is trying to get your attention. For real? We're calling him Slate after the character? We don't know his name, and we're still calling him after the character. Okay. Hey, is that a Slate cosplay? Yes, it is. Made it myself. Cat, I told you someone would recognize Fortress of Sorrow. Yeah, 1 out of the 1,000-something people here. Dude, you gotta consider the sample size. There's only a millionth of Blackout's entire population here right now. 1 fan here equals 10,000 fans across the city. That is certainly one way to look at statistics. That doesn't make sense. Yeah, that also says something about statistics. Even if it did, you'd still be a dork for wearing that here. I'm Smalls, by the way, and your resident Fortress of Sorrow fanatic here is Pandora. I can introduce myself, you know. Sometimes. Fortress of Sorrow. Pandora, you and Slate should tell me about this show. We're at this crazy elusive event full of horns and smiley faces, but you want to talk about cartoons. Besides, I only remember vague details. Don't even worry, I love talking about this show. Fortress of Sorrow is this old 30s anime about an eternal war. I'm assuming 2030, but... Was there a year mentioned here earlier? Editing guy, if there's a year mentioned earlier, put it on screen now, but otherwise I don't think so. Especially since the year for Pandora's stage was crossed out. Why do they do this, by the way? Because at this point I imagine that it's just a style choice. But let's face it, no solid date is ever gonna match any future prediction, so I say go all out, put in a random number as a date. But that's just me. Moving on. Is this old 30s anime about an eternal war. It's awesome. It mixes medieval stuff with cyberpunk stuff. How do you know about this show, Pandora? It doesn't seem like your thing. It's not like it was ever my favorite thing in the world. My dad had a copy lying around, so I'd watch it sometimes. How old is your dad? I don't know, like 40 or something? Dude, Pandora, you totally agree with me about the Cybermancers being the cooler faction, right? I barely remember anything about the other one, so I guess they were the human-demon hybrids, right? No, that's Slate's faction. The Nelborn are the mechanical spirits. Oh yeah, Slate is a Cybermancer. Cat. Okay. Wait, did we ever learn her name? Cat. Ah shoot, I just remembered that I didn't get a log, so I don't know the symbol of the agnostic girl. I'll get that in later. In fact, I'm not even going to get that in a conversation. I'm just gonna take a screenshot of it, and the editing guy will put that in right about here. If he doesn't, then I will be very disappointed in him. Moving on. Pandora, we gotta watch this show sometime. Sweet, that means the four of us are all fans, which means there's probably 40,000 fans across the city now. Statistics. Still doesn't make sense, but it'd be 30,000. I'm not a fan. Nope, you're a total FOS nerd. You know it all. You're an honorary fan. Ethan, I only know a thing about it because you never stop blabbing about it. You're lucky I tolerate it. Absolutely, dude. When I win, I'll buy you something nice to show my appreciation. I wonder if there's any prizes beyond the first place prize. Slate's prize money. Okay, so what other plans do you have for your money? Other than giving gifts to people who listen to you ramble about cartoons. You say that like it's a bad idea. I'm eligible, right? Haven't even thought about any of that. Maybe I'll buy that ultra rare edition of FOS I've been eyeing for a while. You mean the same show you already watch all the time? Huh, I wonder if the copy my dad owns is secretly worth a ton. Does the cover have an evil looking castle on it? Nah, I think it was a crystal ball. You're out of luck there then. That's the original cut. You'd find that in clearance bins at every vintage electronics store. Damn, it was worth a shot. FOS was a massive flop over here. So as a last-ditch effort, they overhauled the whole show to be actually good? Well, possibly. I've never seen it. I hear they've polished a ton of it, but everyone lucky enough to own it keeps their copies sealed. So it's impossible to find any archives online. That's really lame. Why will people waste money on something just to keep it sealed on their shelf? Video game preservationists will very much agree with you. Preach it to the choir, dude. If you can't actually use it, do you even own it at all? Again, video game preservationists will very much agree with that. Cat's a choir. I'm not. Bye. Ethan, Cat, it was nice meeting you. Good luck with the game, you two. I don't need luck. Ethan does, though. Don't make me regret coming here by losing immediately. Oh, don't worry, dude. My drive to complete my FOS collection is gonna carry me through this thing. Why do you think that'd make me regret it any less? I'm rooting against you if you're gonna waste your winnings like that. In fact, I'm not planning on going easy on any of you. Good luck as well, though. See you guys. Peace. Oop, I think it's about to start. And we're back. If you're surprised about what's about to happen, it's because I was checking some things just to be sure, and it turns out that if the Mindwave tournament beginning happens as you're ending Dialog, you might actually miss out on something, especially if you're going from one character to the other. And it turns out we missed something from this mystery lady here. So, sorry for wasting the editing guy's time, because I'm sure he did put in the screenshot I asked for, but we're gonna go ahead and talk to this girl again. And here's the tab. Very spooky looking. I'm only saying that half sarcastically. This is new. Any interesting story behind you being here then? Nope, not really. I have enough money. I just don't want to have to work for the rest of my life. Okay, that's boring. If you insist on knowing more mundane facts about my life, I might like to make movies someday. I dabble a bit already. Mostly crappy short films on my phone with my friends. I'd show you, but I don't want to. Okay, so you'd go to a film school or something? If I could afford it, I'd probably go to a music academy. Okay, my mental image of you was correct. And yeah, I'd sign up to a film school, somewhere on the West Coast preferably. With the rest of it, maybe I'd invest in a safe stock. It's what my dad tells me to do. I don't know how it works, but Mindscape has been on the rise for pretty much forever. It sounds like a safe investment, right? That's the worst thing I've ever heard. You realize you'd be feeding them their own money, right? You'd create this horrible late capitalist Ouroboros. I might have to think about this more. For sure. Bye. Okay, that's kind of all I'm kind of thinking to talk about, so I'm gonna go now. Okay. See you later? Maybe. How'd it go? Man, I don't know. Yep, you can't click on her again after interacting. And I think there's a conversation from them. The tournament. It's kind of weird to think about everyone here. Like, we all basically won the lottery to get in here. But there's only gonna be one winner out of this massive crowd. Okay, so there are no second place prizes or anything. It's one winner and winner take all. Yeah, all these people may as well pack it up and go home. I'm the one winning this thing. It's easy to forget how insanely lucky it is that Kat and I got in here at all. You two must feel the same though. Yeah, we're all blessed for sure. Kat found tickets for both of us, so she's really the lucky one. Gave my first ticket to Ethan because I don't like the idea of strangers looking into my brain. Dude, that was the best birthday gift of the year. So his name is Ethan, but we're still calling him Slate. Very cool. It was the only birthday gift you got. Happy late birthday. Anyway, when I found the second ticket, I decided I'd be stupid to pass this up twice. Glad you didn't, dude. I'd be bored out of my mind if you didn't show up tonight. Beats being at home, though. You're lucky I'm so lucky. Don't fumble it. Slate's home. What's up with... Slate, you should tell me about Fortress of Sorrow. Sure, dude, I'd love to. Fortress of Sorrow is this old 30s and maybe take it somewhere else? Not everyone cares to hear about your boring anime. Oh sure, Smalls and I will just be over there. If either of you care to join. Be right back, Pandora. Knowing how Ethan gets while talking about that show, they're gonna be a while. Were you gonna ask something? What? Just now, before Ethan and your friend left, you were saying something. Oh yeah, it was just a question for Slate. Or, Ethan? Oh, yeah. You could probably just ask me. I know him well enough. I guess. I was just gonna ask him about his house. His house? Alright, well, there's not much to say about it. He lives with his family in a crappy little apartment. It's super claustrophobic. Oh, alright. So his family isn't your family? Like you're not related? Nope. Your house? Wow, there's surprisingly a lot about this little duo. Your house? What's your house then? What's my house? Yeah, I don't know. I don't want to tell you that. Bro, I'm not asking you for your address or anything like that. I'm asking what it's like where you live. It just felt like a relevant question. I still don't want to tell you that. I'm not really comfortable telling you about my living situation. Okay? I don't really know how to continue the conversation then. You're making it kind of difficult. I'm making it difficult? Tell me about yourself then. Myself? I don't know, this place has a weird atmosphere. Not great at talking to new people. I get that. I wouldn't be here if I were on my own. What else? I play a bit of music. Smalls and I are kind of a duo. Cool. My sense of rhythm was never good enough to play any instruments. I like painting though. Nothing tangible, just abstract pieces. I've been doing it for what, 7 years now? Cool. I'm also dreading the tournament a little. Like, more than just losing. What, are you scared of the mines you'll encounter? I'm mostly thinking about the people behind those mines. You could say they're one of the same? Bye. I'm gonna go find where Smalls trailed off to. It was cool meeting you and Ethan. Sure, see ya. Good luck getting Ethan to stop blabbing though. Hey Pandora. Bro, where have you been? I was gonna come back sooner, but it looked like you were absolutely enthralled in conversation. So I waited till you were done. Oop, I think it's about to start. Finally. Welcome back. And yes, we're gonna talk to these guys again, since I think there's still a dialogue option we haven't touched. What? Very weird. That definitely wasn't an option before, was it? Your real name is Ethan then? Yep, that's what my friends call me. Friend. Not true. Your grandparents call me Ethan. They're both my friends too. So you're not siblings. Ethan's a general nuisance that hangs around my place daily. But no, we're not related. My place gets too rowdy when my brothers are home. Plus, there's nobody there who likes listening to me talk about Fortress of Sorrow. Love my family, but it's paradise to get away from that bunch. Kat's grandparents are so much cooler. Ethan's idea of paradise is a boring old people house. Peace and quiet, free cookies, and 2 old people to hang with is paradise to me. Do you talk to them about cartoons as well? Yep, Kat's grandpop and I can talk for hours. He understands none of what you're saying, by the way. I don't mind repeating myself, just means more talking for the both of us. He's got a bunch of stories he loves telling me. Old people stories, about his life and stuff. Exactly, he's a rambler. I enjoy seeing that light in his eyes no matter how many times he tells the same stories. I'd hang out there all the time, but I'm too tall to sleep on their couches. What is going on? Like, this is a completely new set of options than what was here before. I might have to go back again to everyone that I just talked to just to make sure there isn't anything secret showing up. Or maybe it's the timing of things, like certain options won't show up unless they're the first character you pick. Conjecture for now, but we'll see. Slate and Mindwave. So do you guys play Mindwave much at all? Dude, yeah, we play together at the arcade every Saturday. Does Fortress of Sorrow stuff come up often? Somehow, not often at all. It's honestly a really fun matchup. It's nice to get a break from Ethan's nerd stuff. If it's an arcade game, then they play head-to-head, so they jump into each other's minds pretty often. Interesting. Absolutely, it's only chill vibes up here. I totally wish I had someone to frequently play against. Don't ask me, I don't feel like giving Mindscape Co. a bunch of scans in my brain. Only reason I'm here right now is because I'd be stupid to miss something like this. Nah, don't worry at all, they don't save your brain scans. I read the EULA front to back, cause Kat was all worried about it the first time we played. Didn't want them saving anything from my brain either, that would be super weird. Isn't it weird to see each other's minds like that though? It feels a little too personal. Not really, I'm honestly more comfortable with strangers seeing my brain. I'm only here right now because yeah, it will be stupid to miss this. Bye. Oh, by the way, Kat, did you ever end up calling your nana? She wanted us to call her when we got here. Yeah, I suppose I gotta do that. She's gonna be worrying all night if I don't give her a call before the tournament starts. So we'd better head out now. Yeah, don't keep her worrying. Pandora and I gotta get it going too. We've got more people to meet. See ya. Peace. And sure enough, you can't select them again. So weird. Let's talk to this guy again, just in case. If there isn't anything new, I'll skip past it. I don't think I covered this one, actually. The tournament. Dawn, man, do you even care about being here? I didn't even want to come here in the first place. It's just not a big deal to me. Why? If you got a ticket, you may as well be here. I don't even like the game, and I'm here. See, I actually like the game, but I suck at it. So I was thinking of giving the ticket I got from a pharmacy to a from a pharmacy? Yeah, crazy, ain't it? It's just sort of baffling to me. I think if I was buying, say, migraine medication, the last thing I'd be excited about is playing Mindwave. Yeah, bro, when I saw the ticket in the bottle, I was, like, confused. I'd be confused too. The first thing that comes to mind when you say that is, like, an old-ass man looking at the ticket in his arthritis pills and going, Mindwave? No idea of what that is. Gonna take my geriatric ass there for sure. Bro, is it even safe for someone that old to play the game? If it's not safe for me, probably not. Poor grandpa can't even play the game. They could give the tickets to their grandkids, I guess. Grandpa could do that, but that still comes across as Mindscape being sloppy. I don't think they should carelessly place tickets where they really don't belong. I genuinely forgot you were here. I was just listening to you two chat. Weren't you talking about your ticket, Tom? Oh yeah, got sidetracked. Sorry. Bye. Hey, the tournament could start any time now, so we'll get going. You can tell us about your ticket later. Bye. If you all make it to the next floor. Tom, can I have your number real quick? This ain't my talking phone. All phones are talking phones, dude. I ain't got a SIM on this one. It's my music phone. My main phone one's full of junks that I don't want to delete, so I got this one to show peeps my music. Couldn't you just swap out the SIM with your main one? Oh. I didn't know about that. Okay, whatever. Just wait for us at the entrance or something. Sounds good. You're going to have to wait for me to win, so it'll be a while. Don't listen to him. We'll all lose in the first round anyway. Probably. Be seeing you guys later then. Bye. See you later. Oop, I think it's about to start. Finally. And that's another cut. And we're back. Now we have a topic that we missed from them. Ethan. Slate cosplay. Ethan, you said you made that costume yourself? Yep, it's not perfect, but I like how it came out. It looks good. I agree. Thanks so much. Kat hasn't been able to appreciate it as much as you all. I don't appreciate it because it's super embarrassing. Hey, that's a little far. Nah, she's got a point. Wearing it to church wasn't my finest hour. You guys go to church together? Nah, Kat goes with her grandparents though. I only went the one time. And then never again because of that incident, I reckon. I'd never seen you dressed so formally before then. I don't really want to go, but they always drag me along. They insisted on taking Ethan that one Sunday too. Oh man, they must have regretted that decision. Yeah, Nana ended up writing an apology letter for the scene it caused. It was absolutely funny though. One dude gave me this religious pamphlet. Got it framed in my room. Yeah, they thought your costume was demonic. Man, Blackout City is Mindscape capital. Everything here is plastered with thorns. If anything's demonic, it's Mindscape though. Dude, you're absolutely right. This whole place is totally demonic. It's so cool. Bye. Oh, that reminds me, Kat. Did you ever end up calling you Nana? And we saw this before. Let's see if you have anything more. I held up that girl in line earlier. She got kinda annoyed. I don't think either of these are new, so I'm gonna see what happens if I click this. Yeah, that's pretty much all I wanted to do, so I think I'll leave now. My friend's waiting for me right there. That's okay with me. Yeah, see you around, I guess. See ya. Let's just see. And there's new dialogues for people that you talk with. This is gonna be a while, but hey, it's all worth it so someone gets to see it. Slate. To be honest, I don't really remember what Fortress of Sorrow was about. My dad had a copy that I watched sometimes, but I don't think I understood anything. I should have asked him about it then. I bet Ethan could have given you a much-needed refresher. I think I'm good. Fair. It might be better to go in blind. We're not watching Fortress of Sorrow. Come on, at least give it a chance. We can watch one episode, but if it sucks, I'm done. You can't base your opinion off of a single episode. Fine, 2 episodes, but if they both suck, I'm never letting you trick me into watching dweeb garbage again. Anything else? Nope. Nah, that's all I got. Okay, cool. I don't think... Wait, we can go back to her? Huh. I guess if you don't touch the second topics, you can go back. Mindwave turn. Bye. Yep, and there's the announcement of the first round. So we're gonna go ahead and cut here, and we're back. We're just gonna see if Smalls gets a new line of dialogue for every character we talk to. No, you can't skip past a little jingle if I haven't said that before. I think the first part is actually pretty okay, but I don't know how I feel about that second part. Yep, after every character. Dude, Dom left me completely disarmed. Like, normally I'd immediately tell someone who introduces himself like that to piss off, but I don't know, I kinda like the dude. Same, I just wish we could have gotten to talk about music more. I want to connect with other producers. I'm afraid I'll stagnate if I stay in my own bubble. Not a bad attitude. I'd be down to hang out with him sometime. It's a shame that we couldn't get his contact though. Hey, couldn't you have just given him your number on paper or something? Oh, that's completely my fault, yeah. But being fair, when he said the thing about his music phone, all rational thought left my brain. Thinking about it cynically, it sounds like something he said to avoid giving us his contact. Nah, dude, I actually believe he was being honest. He seemed like enough of a goof to actually do that. Fair enough. Why not give him your number yourself then? I wasn't gonna give my phone number to a dude I just met, Smalls. We can just catch up with him outside when the tournament's done anyway. In that case, I just hope we can find him amongst the sea of people at the entrance. He'll probably find us first. Dude seems mystical like that. That sounds about right, yeah? Anything else? Nah, that's all I got. Okay, cool. Just to see if you actually have to talk with them all the way for the dialogue to show up. I think you do. But I think if I talk to her about anything, it'll go straight to the Mindwave tournament beginning. Is that enough? Shoot. I should have listened to that. Well, I'll just look at it on the log. Huh. It goes with the whole log. Yo, I'm gonna head out for a bit. I'm gonna look around to see if I can find something to drink. Sure, see you. See ya. What's up? Actually, never mind. Okay. Did you find anything cool? Not really. Bunch of cables on the ceiling. Not even one vending machine here. Ready to hire. Yep. We're doing another cut, fellas. Back again. Here's hoping that when the full game comes out, there'll be an option to go specifically to these scenes on the floors. And maybe a little extra thing that shows you what dialogue you missed. I don't mind exploring, to be clear, but admittedly, it will be a lot harder to see everything unless you keep track of everything on a notepad or something. Alright, talking to this lady first to see what Smalls has to say about her. I take back what I said earlier about them being jerks in general. It's clear that everyone just has their own awkward state of being. I actually really like how that thing has like a parallax view or whatever. Alright, what do you got to say? The girl I held up. Sure enough, you don't get a name. Talking to that girl might have been a mistake. Oh, come on, it couldn't have been that bad. You cleared up the line situation, right? Yeah, I mean, kinda. I'm still not into the idea of playing against her. I think she might be a serial killer. Oh, huh? It was just a joke she made, but it's really hard to tell with her. At least I won't get all thrown off if I go against her. About that, I don't know if it actually works that way. So, I didn't have to talk to her? It didn't matter? Of course it mattered. You made a friend. I wouldn't call her that. Anything else? Nope. Alright, back to these guys. Let's see. We did that one. Have we done this one? It's kind of weird to think about everyone here. Yeah, we did do this one. So, we know this one doesn't elicit a positive response, so let's go with nothing at all, I suppose. Are you just not into talking to me or something? Nah, that's not it. Smalls just left a little abruptly there. What, is your issue the whiplash? Suddenly having to talk with me one-on-one? Yeah, I'm not really amazing at talking to new people. It's nothing against you. Got it. I can understand that. When I transferred schools, I never wanted to talk to anyone. All my classmates thought I was weird. Except Ethan, that's cause he was just as weird. So I kinda just got used to hanging with him. Yeah, if I'm being honest, Smalls is the one pushing me to be a little more social. I didn't expect him to leave me hanging like this. That's funny. Ethan's a bit awkward, but he's certainly social. Hanging out with him got me talking to people more. Now he's the weirder one out of the two of us. I can see that. Honestly, yo, we're back. Oh, he comes back here. Sup, dudes? Pandora, how have you not told me about Fortress of Sorrow before? Ethan made it sound like the best show of all time. But I think Ethan and I are gonna head out for now. He had an interesting story to tell me about the tubes on the ceiling. Oh, dude, yeah, that's all good. Pandora, the minute we get out of this tournament, we're watching FOS. Dude, really? Yeah, it's the first thing I want to do after I win this thing. Hell, we could leave right now, too. You want to throw your chances of winning to watch a cartoon? Trust me, Smalls, Ethan makes it sound more interesting than it really is. I'll just have to see for myself. Bye, dudes. Bye. See ya. Peace. Oop, I think it's about to start. And I think we're about to cut. And we're back again. Let's see. I think we already got Small's reaction to these guys, but if we didn't, then we can still talk to the abridged dialogue to the other guys. The tournament? Hey, is this new? Mindwave prize money. Cat's the one with the sweet plan. Dude, I've barely thought about that. Cat's the one with the sweet plans. She wants to. Ethan, just let me say it if you're gonna tell them. You're gonna say it wrong. Okay, dude, the floor is yours. I just want to use some money to rent my own art studio. Oh, that's awesome. What do you do? It's just a hobby, but I like doing abstract paintings. Wow, she says it in a completely different context with Ethan around than she did solo. Very interesting. Her current setup is in her mom's old room. Yeah, I'd like my own space for it. I get that, and so do I. Pandora, we should totally use some money for our own studio. Man, isn't rent in the city like super high? I think it beats getting noise complaints from my neighbors. Are you two in a band or something? That's so awesome. My place gets a ton of noise complaints too. My parents are always yelling at my older brothers for whatever trouble they get into. I try to stay out of it. If Kat wins, I'm absolutely gonna hang out with her at her studio. New dialogue everywhere. It's so enticing, but it also means more work on editing Guy's part. Ah well, he doesn't get to complain. Are you siblings? Alright, I shall probably ask. Are you guys brother and sister? Are you guys siblings? Okay, point taken. Still, that's the vibe I get. You get what I mean, right? Dude, I look absolutely nothing like Kat. Yeah, Ethan's way taller than me. Yep, both of my older bros are around my height. My younger brother is getting there too. Shh, yeah, you hail from a family of freaks. How do you guys know each other then? Kat was a new kid, I think, in, 3rd grade. It was 7 years ago. Didn't she say she got into abstract art 7 years ago? Interesting implications, just saying. Yeah, it was 3rd grade. She showed up a few months into the school year. We ended up paired together for a group project. Nobody else wanted to be partners with either of us. Damn, why? You guys are cool. Classmates didn't love how much I talk about the shows I was into. They didn't seem to like Kat either. I've got no clue why. Kat's super chill. Real easy to talk to. So we just ended up sticking together. I get that. We got an A on that project, by the way. Sweet. I did most of the work. I listened to you ramble about whatever show you were into that week. We basically put in equal effort. Bye. Ethan, Kat, it was nice meeting you. Same dude, good luck with the game, you two. Kat, I hope you can get that studio of yours if you win. Thanks. It will be so sweet. I'll make sure Kat installs a flat screen in there. Then I'll invite y'all over for a Fortress of Sorrow binge session. Yeah, I'm not doing that. I wouldn't be able to focus on my art with you watching your stupid show there. The rest of you are invited though. Dude, Kat, you know I can't invite anyone to my place to chill. Maybe I'll just have to beat you so that it'll be you borrowing my studio. Yeah? We'll see which of us wins then. See you guys. Peace. See ya. What's up? Cats. Interesting. Very interesting. Because we talked about Slade before, but now it's Kat. Kat's kinda cool. Yeah, she's nice. I would've loved the platinum ticket as my birthday gift last year. You didn't need it. You snuck in and you're here anyway. Wait, so this isn't his first time sneaking in? Yeah, but it just weighs so heavily on my conscience. The best gift I got was that sweet vintage cassette player from Lineage Music. No thanks to you, bought it myself. Bro, I was the one who got you the coupon. From how long ago? It was mad expired when I went to use it. Oh, that's my bad. I'm a little broke. It's chill. It's a thought that counts. If I win, I'll get you something better this year. Anything else? Nope. Nah, that's all I got. Okay, cool. And now someone new. This fella. Oh hey, is that who I think it is? Pandora, we should talk to her. Who, that girl on her phone? Yeah, her. I've seen her around the arcade. She's pretty good at Mindwave. Her name is Roxy. I think she's on her school's Mindwave varsity team. Oh boy, I do not love those implications. She'd be our best bet if we want some pointers. God, there are sports teams for Mindwave. Of course, most schools in the city have their own teams. Ours doesn't because it sucks. Fine, you get her attention then. I'm not about to try getting someone's attention when they're preoccupied. That's fine by me. I'm curious to hear some advice too. Ahem. Sup. I like her jacket, especially that patch on it. I'm Smalls. Ah, yeah, I've seen you at the arcade once. My friend Pandora here isn't as experienced with Mindwaves. She's looking for some advice. Sup? Go for it. Mindwave hurts my head. Okay, the most important thing I gotta ask. Do the headaches ever go away? Headaches? Are you sure you're hydrated enough? I'm plenty hydrated. I don't know many people who get headaches from Mindwave. I've seen it happen, but only after longer sessions. It's happened to me both times I've tried to play. Happened just a bit ago. Maybe you're hurting your own head by overcomplicating things? Or maybe Mindwave is just unsafe and unhealthy to play. You're both right to an extent. Your experience with Mindwave is contingent on the headspace you're in. You're not gonna have a good experience when you're opposed to playing it. Though inversely, adapting yourself to Mindwave too much can also be harmful. You mean there's long-term side effects to playing? Yeah, this isn't really swaying me. Mindwave pointers. Side effects aside, you got any pointers for Pandora? Are you really just gonna ignore that Mindwave could be like rotting your brain or something? It's no big deal. I've been fine so far. I don't understand you. You don't understand Mindwave either. You need all the help you can get. It's all intuition, really. Everyone has a different mental model of how Mindwave interacts with their brains. That'd be a good place to start. Alright, how do I form my own mental model? It's not something explaining will help. Just play the game. I get that. Just try to imagine your thoughts are liquid. That liquid is more or less viscous depending on how clear your head is. I don't get it. What, like your brain juice? Never mind. I don't want to talk about this. Anterior cingulate cortex. What the heck? Those are not words. I mean, they probably are words, but holy heck, I did not expect to be hit with that. Alright, one more try. Anterior cingulate cortex exercises are also helpful no matter your playstyle. What the heck? Nope, you've completely lost me. It's an essential exercise for memory channeling. Oh, my bad, I'm used to talking to people who actually know about Mindwave. Okay, harsh. It's not an insult. I just can't give you much advice without that foundational knowledge. Roxy's skill varsity team. Wow, there's a lot more dialogue options here. Like, this is the abridged dialogue because I already talked to those guys earlier. So there's probably gonna be a lot here. Roxy's skill. Do I even have a chance at winning if I've got like 0 experience? Well, it's possible. There's likely a lot of inexperienced people in this place. Yeah, you just gotta hope you don't get matched up with a pro immediately. You'll get your experience while you work your way up the tower. I can't even play the game without it hurting my head. You know, that's probably a big concern. I'm not just suddenly gonna become a pro in a few battles. In my experience, I found that it takes a specific type of person to play Mindwave professionally. Complacency is a big issue when you're used to playing with the same team. Everyone's different, so I account for that by playing at different arcades around the city. True, I've wanted to visit other arcades to meet some new opponents. Actually, the arcade I've seen you at has been great to visit for opponent variety. You might just be going at the wrong times. I played against a few people there who almost completely threw me off. On that note, which arcade have you found has the worst Mindwave players? Definitely North Mall. People in North Blackout tend to view Mindwave as more of a gimmick. It's also super expensive. Would not recommend it. Bye. We better get going. Thanks for the advice, even if it didn't help much. My last piece of advice, just try not to sweat it. Remember that even professionals can struggle against inexperienced players. Stressing about your odds will only make them worse. All you can do is be confident in what you have. Thanks. Good luck with the tournament, Roxy. Oop, I think it's about to start. You're right, Smalls. Alright, here we go again. I do believe this will be the last piece of dialogue from these guys. The tournament. Mindwave prize money. Cat's abstract art. Honestly, it's kind of cool that you do abstract art. Whenever we're painting in art class, I mess up a ton. It sounds cool to just skip the headache and paint random colors for fun. Pandora, your art assignments are basically abstract already. Dude, Cat's stuff is awesome. My room is filled with her paintings. I've been painting for a little bit now. I have a ton of finished pieces lying around. I don't really care for my paintings after I finish them. It's just calming to paint. I'll let it turn out however. Your art speaks to me. It's so good. Whatever, nerd, it's less of a compliment coming from you. Thanks, though. That's what counts. Do you guys ever play Mindwave against each other? What does the mind of an abstract painter look like? I've been told it's a little trippy. When we go to the arcade, Cat's opponents are usually super thrown off. I just don't see it, dude. I think it's just cause you're weird. Bye. Ethan, Cat, it was nice meeting you. Same, dude. Good luck with the game, you two. Cat, I hope you can get that city of yours if you win. Alright. What do you got, Smalls? Yep, Cat. I'll have to check earlier footage, but I'm pretty sure I already talked to Smalls about Slade. So, back to Roxy. Mindwave hurts my head. I really don't think you're hydrated enough, Pandora. Side effects? Out of coffee. So, like, how exactly does Mindwave mess with your head? I feel like this is something I should be worried about. Nah, I play way more than you and I'm perfectly fine. I think. You should be fine if you play occasionally. It's different on a professional level, though. Some days we're playing for hours. That's gotta cause some sort of dissonance with reality. You'd be correct. Playing professionally isn't for everyone. Plenty of people who join my school's team drop it within the first month. Good. They should join teams for, like, real sports instead. Long-term exposure to other people's minds can mess with your sense of self. Jeez, I didn't even consider that risk. I mean, it was probably in my mind, but yeah, that's really something. One of my training partners became convinced that some of my memories were his. He saw them in the game so often that his own mind tricked itself. Oh, wow. Has anything like that happened to you? Not really. I try to avoid stuff like that. There's been issues for me in the past, but I'm good now. Huh. Roxy's mine. So you had side effects, but you're good now. Yeah, pretty much. For the sake of Pandora's ease, what's your secret? Do you wear a tinfoil hat before you start playing? No. My hair's too big for that. Fair enough. But really, it depends on what the problem is. What worked for me was, I guess you'd call it compartmentalization. A lot of letters for a relatively simple word. You mean getting into a different mental state when you're not playing? Exactly. Sounds unhealthy in its own way. It works for me. When I first joined my team, I started engaging in every social interaction like it was a Mindwave battle. Only reason I stopped was, ironically, because it was affecting my Mindwave performance. The stress of trying to win every interaction got overwhelming. So I stopped. Sounds scary. Nah, you see the same in almost every real sport. I think it's something like 73% of athletes develop some kind of long-term side effect from their field. Huh, is that true? Nah, I made up the number just now, but it's probably something like that. The sentiment is there. Dedicating yourself to anything to that degree isn't the best for your body or mind. Fine, we better get going. Hopefully we'll meet again on the next floor. Yeah, good luck, Roxy. Thanks, good luck with the headaches as well. If they don't stop, I'm gonna have a migraine by the end of the tournament. That's if you're lucky, bud. Oop, I think it's about to start. And I think we're about to cut. See you in a bit. And we're back again. Alright, this time I do think we exhausted all the dialogue for them. So, moving on to the full dialogue for Roxy. Let's go Mindwave. Pointers. Varsity team. Wait, did I already do varsity team? I don't remember. I'm curious, you're part of your school's Mindwave team, right? Yeah. We do a lot of mind exercises to help us perform better. What, those interior cortex exercises we were talking about earlier? Yeah, though. Some days that's all we do. Our team is underfunded, so we only have one machine to use between us. You're lucky you managed to get a ticket with as much experience as you had. It wasn't luck at all, actually. I dumped a ton of money into energy drinks trying to get a ticket. Not the best use of money. I drink a ton of energy drinks. Anyway, that's not even how I got my ticket. One of my teachers found a platinum ticket and donated it to our team. We all held a little makeshift tournament to determine which of us deserved it. By the way, the terminal told me that my teacher won the ticket from one of those anti-aging toxin removal creams that never work. Terrible use of money. Speaking of, what are you planning on doing with your winnings? Haven't thought too much about it. Gonna donate a portion of it towards my school's team for sure. We could really use another Mindwave machine. Honestly, buy more than one. Get one for yourself too. Or better yet, donate one to our school. Terrible use of money. But we better get going. Hopefully we'll meet again on the next floor. Yeah, good luck, Roxy. I think you've got a pretty good shot. Thanks, good luck with the headaches as well. Yep, can't talk to her again. What's the haps? Roxy. I think that varsity team girl is the scariest one here. Roxy? She's not scary. She's cool. No, I don't mean like scary as a person. I mean scary as an opponent. As a person, she was fine enough. Though I'm also wary of someone as into Mindwave as she is. Nah man, Mindwave is cool too. I think you play guitar for the same reasons Roxy plays Mindwave. I think for professional players, it's their own form of self-expression. I don't think it's similar at all. Music is an actual art form. Plus, playing the guitar doesn't make me nauseous. I'd assume at her level there's probably some creativity involved in her playstyle. Maybe? I wouldn't really know. There's too many people here with more experience than me. Depending on the bracket layout, you might cruise through the tournament without going against her. If that helps. It doesn't help. Because if that happened, I'd just be going against the person who beat her instead. Anything else? Alright, let's look at the abridged dialogue for Abby. Secrets, that's her name. Spoilers, actually. Whatever. How about her? Not usually the type of person I'd be talking to. That's the idea. Sure. But you flag her down. Alright. Yo. Huh? I'm terrible at these noises. That's the best you're getting. Hi! Hey. Isn't this place so cool? The ceiling is so tall. There's so many people. Oh, purple girl. I love your outfit. Those spiky bracelets and the moon earrings. So cute. And those colors, it's like you came dressed for the occasion. I love that. Oh, I hadn't thought about that. Thank you, I guess? I don't think I was going for cute, though. And I think you look pretty cool, too. Oh, I almost forgot. What are your names? I'm Abby. I should have led with that. Well, hey, Abby. I'm Smalls. She's Pandora. You're wearing pajamas. Alright, why are you wearing pajamas? Not trying to be rude or anything. I'm just kind of wondering if I should have brought something comfier. No, I like what you brought. I'm wearing them because I never got to finish this costume I was planning. You were planning a costume? Yep, it was gonna be this whole magical girl thing. We saw that in her mini-game. Oh gosh. And no matter what, she loses this first round. My dad was gonna help me with it, but he got busy with work. So, your only other option with your pajamas? Oh, not at all. It's just that my dad was supposed to take me tonight, but he couldn't. And my mom said I kinda suck at Mindwave and probably wouldn't win. Unfortunately, she was right. But don't let that get you down. So she didn't want to either. That's a lame way of looking at it. This experience is gonna be sick whether I win or not. That's exactly what I said. Minus the cursing. I don't think... He didn't curse. What? Which word was the cursing? It's my ticket! I found it! I deserve to be here! So, I just pretended to go to bed early tonight, then I snuck out. Sneaking out. You snuck out? Like you just slipped through the door and hopped on the subway? Well, it was a window, but pretty much. You don't really seem like the type of person who'd do that. Like, at all. Why not? Before we moved here, I'd sneak out all the time. My friend used to ask me pretty much every night. You get invited to a lot of parties? No, I never got invited to parties. In fact, I don't think any of my classmates in my hometown partied at all. Everyone knew each other's parents, so it was hard to get away with much. Where were you going at night then? Just the park. We had plenty of time to hang out during the day, but it was special having it to ourselves. Our town was really peaceful at night. I couldn't imagine that. The car horns and sirens around the city are never ending. Oh, we heard sirens too. Neighbor called the cops on us and I got grounded for a month. I was so mad at Jenny that I didn't talk to her for an entire day. But I think it's kind of funny now. I miss moments like that. So I decided to bring it back myself tonight by sneaking out. Hell yeah. I guess I'm not alone right now though. And, you know, you remind me of her, Panda. Yeah. Bye. Abby, Panda, I gotta get going. I'll beat you half to death if you make that into a thing. I'm okay with you saying it, Abby. Aww. Good luck with the tournament and everything. Oh, maybe I could get your numbers. You know, in case either of you lose immediately and we never get to talk again. Oh, Abby. You might also lose immediately. Here's mine and Pandora's. Thanks. Bro, I didn't give you permission to hand out my number. But sure, yeah, maybe we can hang out sometime. As long as you don't get grounded for tonight's rebellious stunt. Maybe when I come home with the prize money, they'll be less mad. Hopefully. See ya, Abby. See you too. Oop, I think it's about time to start. And we're back again. Let's see, I think we're still on Roxy and Abby. Needless to say, I think everyone's considering her the main attraction. I'm personally very curious with this girl in the back here. But one thing at a time. We started from left to right, and that's where we'll continue. And we do need to see more bridge dialogue anyway. Mindwave. So, Abby, what's up? How are you feeling about the tournament? Have you played much before? Nope. I'm super rusty, if anything. The last time I played, I actually lost so bad I broke into tears. Huh, I could be doing worse. No, I'm pretty sure throwing up and passing out is worse than crying. Not true, I didn't pass out. Okay, you still threw up. That's okay. The game's been hard to get used to for me too. I barely get to play it. The only arcade my parents can take me to is the one at North Mall, which we know from Roxy is the worst one. I hear that one's always super crowded. Every Mindwave machine in the city is smalls. Yeah, especially this time of year. Plenty of prospective ticket holders who want to get their practice in. Huh, I never considered I could be practicing for this. I will call that dumb, but I think you're about as experienced as I am. Good luck to both of us, then. Northern Blackout? You're from North Blackout? Yep, just moved here a month ago. How have you been liking it? Well, I haven't lived in a city like this since I was young. I barely had a functional brain back then, unlike now. Right. Good luck adjusting to this place, Abby. I've heard it isn't easy. Good luck? I already love this place. My parents say this city's nauseating to drive around. Looking at the skyscrapers is still scary. And I do miss my friends sometimes. Hang on, you were talking about liking the city, weren't you? Of course! How could I not love a city with such a cool tower in the middle? I can think of a few reasons. Anyways, Panda, you didn't let me get to the moral. The moral? There's this huge hobby shop at North Mall that's bigger than the one back home. I found sparkly yarn there. I didn't even know that existed. How is that a moral? North Mall is cool, yeah. A bit busy though. And expensive. You should consider coming out east sometime. Well, I've asked my parents to take me to East Blackout before. But they told me not to go to the bad parts of the city. Huh? Mindscape Tower. I'll say it. I don't think the tower's cool. At all. If anything, it's a bit off-putting, don't you think? Sorry, I'm with Abby on this one. It's the landmark of the city. If you don't concede that it's a little bit cool to be inside of it, then I think you're just trying to be a contrarian. Yeah, it's so tall that I had to crane my neck to see the top while I was in line. And the screen with the eye? So cool. Try saying that when that eye is always facing your window. Because I swear to God, it always starts staring at me when I'm trying to sleep. That's an optical illusion. It can't actually stare at you. Yeah? Still looks squeaky. Oop, I think it's about to start. Finally. You know, I meant for this to be a shorter video, but I genuinely think that with all of the footage I'm getting of the dialogue, that I now have more footage of dialogue than gameplay. I'd go again after I'm done with the dialogue just to do some more endless mode runs or something, but I do actually want to keep this a bit shorter. Side effects. Mindwave advice. Okay, ignoring all the bad things that this game could do to my brain, how can I maximize my chances of winning? Well, it's honestly just intuition. I can't give you any real advice. Not if you don't have the experience to back it up. Nah, bro. You can't just tell me you have no advice. Especially after filling my mind up with worries about... Wait, are you trying to throw me off? Like, fill my head with weird vibes so that I perform worse? Not at all. Any Mindwave pro will tell you the same. I think she's being for real, Pandora. Most Mindwave skill comes from experience. I was just hoping she'd have something that might help you on short notice. What, are you looking for mind-enhancing tea or something? Not really. Maybe? Does that exist? Yes, but not really. Tea, gum, I've even seen headbands that claim to optimize Mindwave performance by you. They're all fake. Most people who bring them to tryouts don't end up getting a spot on the team. Alright, so it just sounds like I've got absolutely no chance here. Not with that sort of outlook. Bye. We better get going. Thanks for the advice, even if I'm hopeless. Well, I wouldn't say you're hopeless. You certainly won't get as far as you could with that mindset. Don't undersell how easily the mind can influence itself. Good luck with the tournament, Roxy. Back to you, Abby. Let's see. I think there's dialogue options behind both of these that I haven't touched yet. Platinum ticket. How exactly did you get your ticket anyway? Oh, I got it from this cool hobby shop near me. I didn't have much of my allowance left, so I only got some new sewing needles. I bought this huge bag of... Okay, that's too fast for me to read. But I am going to read all of that. So, back. And I don't think I got Roxy's picture either. I'll have to get back to it. I'm not gonna stress out editing guy with wasting another screenshot. And I need to get one more British dialogue for her anyway. Oh, that thing's glowing. Can't believe I didn't notice that before. Oh, I got it from this cool hobby shop near me. I didn't have much of my allowance left, so I only got some new sewing needles. And I bought this huge bag of stuffing. I also wanted this pink yarn that I got a few months back. I was making this set of stuffed bunnies. They were supposed to line my window, but now that I have a bigger window, I had to make more. I just moved here recently. Anyway, they didn't have the exact color of pink yarn I wanted, so I bought every color that looked similar. It just didn't feel right to try to mimic the old bunnies, so I settled on this cute blue color instead. Oh, that was the sorting minigame. Turns out it complements the pink ones really well. Oh, by the way, I make plushies. This is Tommy. Hi, Tommy. He says hi back. You're from North Blackout, right? Yeah, I just moved there last month. How did you know? Lucky guess. So which of those things you bought actually had the ticket? Oh, right. It was bundled in with this ball of sparkly yarn I got. Sounds messy. Yep, we're still finding glitter in the backseat. My parents and I were just so excited about the ticket that we didn't notice. I suppose their excitement wore out? Yeah, they didn't believe in me, I guess. But after a bit of trouble, I got myself here, and I'm determined to win this thing. Then I'm gonna tell my parents I'm moving back home on my own. Oh, very bold of you, Abby. I really like that. They're not getting anything from my prize. Very bold. I like that. So ease up on Tommy there. Hell yeah. Blackout's public transit. How'd you have any trouble getting here anyway? Public transit's like the one thing Blackout's got going for it. Boy, I wish that was the norm. Yeah, just get yourself a transit pass. Pandora and I managed to scrounge up enough to afford it monthly. There's a lot to do around the city, so it's worth it. I only use it to go to school most of the time. I considered that, but it seemed expensive, so I just paid for the trip. My parents tell me to avoid the subway because it's filthy and devious. If the place I want to go is too far to walk, they'd rather just drive me. I couldn't imagine driving around Blackout City. The parking lots are always packed. Do your parents really enjoy looking for parking for 20 minutes every time they go anywhere? Well, my parents do get really annoyed when they can't find a good parking spot. But it's not so bad. I spent a similar amount of time walking here for my stop. There's a stop like literally 5 minutes away from the tower though. Oh, that was probably my fault then. I couldn't understand the speaker over the PA. I wasn't sure when I was supposed to get off the train, so I must have missed my stop. Luckily, with the tower being as tall as it is, I was still able to spot it from a few blocks away. I just walked towards it by following it in the skyline to get here. Oh wow. Bye. Pandora, Smalls, it's been fun talking to you. And to you too, Abby. But I think we all might have to get going soon. So, can I have your numbers? Sure, here you go. Also, feel free to hit us up and come out east to hang out. I guess we could also go up there. You would really do that for me? Yeah, but we'll, teach you how to use the subway and go somewhere. Anything up north is kind of expensive for us. Don't worry, if it's too expensive, I could pay for both of you. Oh, well, thanks. Wait, before you go. Yeah. Oh, that's the first scene we've seen from any of these characters. Bye! And you only see it through a very specific line of abridged dialogue. Jeez. But I guess that means it's worth going through all of this. Bye! See you around. That's so adorable. Alright, I think we got all of Roxy's dialogue, so we'll start with Abby. How about her? Alright. I think there's something here. Platinum ticket. Move back home. You seem to like Blackout City. How come you want to move back already? Well, I do really love this place. It's prettier than anything I've seen before. The skyscrapers, all of the lights. It's like it all feels so fresh and exciting, but oddly nostalgic. Why do you want to move if you actually like it? Is the sparkly yarn better back in town? No, everything's just better here. I didn't even know sparkly yarn was a thing until I saw it here. It's super hard to enjoy any of that when I'm all alone, though. Even after living here for a month, I still haven't made one friend. I wish Jenny was here. That must be the girl in her dreams. Or her thoughts. Or really, everywhere in her head. Then I wouldn't have to care about making friends at school. Hey, if the problem is your friend not being here, couldn't you, get her to come here instead? Yeah, a high schooler's gonna adopt her friend, who's also a high schooler. Yeah, I might actually be an idiot. I don't think you're an idiot, Panda. Hug. Yep, can't talk to her anymore. But yeah, so it's not that hard. You get it either, as long as you follow that line of dialogue. Alright, time to talk to you, headset gal. They look cool. Nah, I think they don't want to be bothered. They're wearing headphones. I bet they'd be pleasant to talk to. You'd bet? How much? How much you got on you? Just a 20. Get it ready for me. I got a good feeling about this one. This feels below you. But whatever, we can talk. Hello. I could actually hear you two this whole time. These are open back. The correct answer here would have been to let me relax before the tournament. Also, you should not talk so loudly about someone right in front of them. I don't want to start an argument, but that can be considered rude. She has a good point. My name is Alex, by the way. Sorry. It's alright, I would still rather not be bothered. Yeah, my bad, guess I misread the room. Who could have guessed? You might want to give the girl her money. Oh yeah. Goodbye. I won't keep you. I don't got cash on me right now. Can you do transfer? Sure. Later. Alright, back again. How about we start with them? Them? I think I'd rather talk to someone more approachable. They're wearing headphones. I don't think they're in the mood to talk. What, like you? All the time? I don't wear headphones, and I'm talking to you right now. Just put yourself out there. Put myself out there by bothering random people in public? That's how everyone makes friends, Pandora. That's contextual, though. But sure, we'll see how this goes. I'm right. I'm always right. Hey. You ain't trying hard enough. Hey, I could actually hear you two the whole time. These are open back. The correct answer would have been to not bother someone out of the blue. That's not a good foundation to start a conversation. I'm Alex, by the way. Sorry. It's alright, I would still rather not be bothered. Okay, we've learned our lesson. It's not about learning a lesson, it's more... never mind, I won't keep you. I would say it's more or less about learning a lesson here. I'm always right. That's still true. I forgot to get his reaction to Abby. Well, we'll do that next time. For now, what's your reaction to Alex? I don't know why I'm entertaining this. Entertaining what? Talking to people? Yeah, people here clearly don't want to fraternize. Especially people clearly trying to avoid interaction by listening to music or staring at their phone. Oh, is this about Alex? Cause nah, I disagree. You know that's not true. There are absolutely people here who'd be cool to talk with. I might have just been wrong about this one, that's all. Nothing we can do but move on and talk to someone else. Always right. Yeah, I am. How about we give Alex another shot? Nah, absolutely not. If you're gonna bother them again, you can do it yourself. Anything else? Nah, that's all I got. Okay, cool. What? You can't actually talk to them again? Why? Curiosity kills the cat. Please, let's not relive that. Let's just leave them alone. Right. Well, at least they do the smart thing, but it is weird to let them try. I'm not sure I got Roxy's icon, so I'm gonna do that real quick. Yep, definitely didn't get that before. Bye. I think we're gonna go for now. Oh, alright, see ya. Goodbye. Okay, I think I exhausted this one, so Mindwave. Northern blackout. teddy bear. Yeah, that's the one we were missing from before. So, what's the deal with the little guy? Oh, Tommy? I made him myself. He turned out pretty cute. Thank you! I've made a bunch of cuter plushies. They're all special, but Tommy is my favorite. He's the first one I made, so he's a specialist. Ah, and he fell with you from the elevator. Firstborn bias. Maybe a little. We had to see the tower together. Sewing seems like such an annoying hobby, though. A friend of mine makes plushies, actually. They do it for the joy of the hobby. But, yeah, it's certainly an expensive hobby, if nothing else. Why? The last time I tried it, the only thing I got was pricked fingers. You, of all people, tried sewing. Yeah, I wanted to make something for my dad. Didn't go down well. I get why it can seem scary, but it's so worth it to push through. Even if it's super time-consuming. And expensive. And yeah, my fingers end up all prickly. You're not really making it sound like my thing, sorry. You seem pretty good at it, though. Thank you! You don't know how much that means to me. And Panda, if you ever want to get back into sewing, let me know. It helps to learn with a friend. Yeah, I'll hit you up. Make sure to bring enough bandages for the both of us. Bye. Pandora Smalls, it's been fun talking to you, but I think we all might have to get going soon. So can I have your numbers? Sure, here you go. Sure, here you go. Also feel free to hit us up if you ever want to hang out. I really want to. I'll have to try really hard to convince my parents to let me go to East Blackout. I guess we could come up north instead, at least for now. You would really do that for me? We'll just loiter around a park or something. Anything else is too expensive for me. It's okay, I could pay for both of you. Oh, cool then. We'll get going then. Nice meeting you, Abby. See you around. Wait, before you go. Yes. So she does that in about half of the dialogues you do with her. Bye! Bye! See you around. Alright, I think that's all of the dialogue. If it is, we'll cut here and straight to the outro guy. If it isn't, then we'll go on to the next clip. Back again. If nothing else, I did forget Small's reaction to talking to Abby first. Let's see. Yeah, pretty sure I exhausted the dialogue for here. Or at least I'm pretty sure. Sneaking out. Bye. Yeah, shame that not all dialogue with her ends with that hug. What's up? Abby. Panda. Has a ring to it, doesn't it? Man, I don't know. You're gonna have to get used to it if we're hanging out with Abby later. Why not start now? About that, Abby is from a completely different world to ours. I don't think she'd fit in well with us. You gotta give her a shot, Panda. Maybe we'd be a bad influence on her? Nah, the only crimes we commit are loitering and jaywalking. You also snuck in here, bro. Yeah, but this is a one-time thing. So, did he sneak in last year or not? Abby is a repeat offender. If anything, she'd be a bad influence on us. Anything else? Nope. Let's see. Anything else I'm missing? You know, that is actually starting to grow on me. Way to go, Dom. Alright, I think that's everything for real now, and I am gonna be beating myself up later if I missed anything, but that's a bridge I'm willing to cross. Alright, passing it over to the outro guy. Take it away. Hey there, guys. Just a real quick addendum before we move on to the outro. I just want to add on that certain minigames have a specific failure screen. Now, it would have been too troublesome to record everything, especially now, so I do encourage you to find some of those screens yourself. And in addition, in the Mind Select for the Shuffle minigames, there are actually minigames in there that are neither part of the tutorial or for Abby's original Mind Game section. In addition, the Endless mode of Abby's section uses a different song than the Story mode. Now, it's not as much of a bop as Starlight, but it's still pretty good, and those high scores are nuts. So, I do encourage you to check them out still. Alright, back to the outro guy. Hey fellas, it's the outro guy here. And boy, this is gonna be a pain to edit. My condolences to the editing guy, because unedited, of course, this is gonna be cut down quite a bit, but I currently have about 2 hours and 45 minutes of footage, not including however long this outro takes, so for the sake of my future sanity, we'll try to keep this short. Needless to say, most of the video's length will be purely in the dialogue that a normal player wouldn't even be able to see most of, because you only get to talk to two characters before you're forced into the gameplay. I'm not sure if that was the wisest idea, but it certainly does encourage replayability, I'll give it that much. Alright, that said, let's move on to the gameplay itself. Got some more coffee for this. Felt like I was dying without it. But where was I? Alright, first off, the game has incredible aesthetics. Like, obviously the music is the main focus here. Not unsurprising, since the two main characters are a duo band, or a band that is a duo. You get what I mean. But the aesthetics are something else. Granted, we only see the one character here, but as I said over and over again, they are adorable. And boy, this game really speaks to me in that aspect. And the music is killer. Like, Although the Sky. I'll be honest, that song is probably what I'm going to be listening to during the majority of editing this very video. That's how good it is, and my respects to the composers who worked on it. And whoever they were, major kudos. And the gameplay, as is expected for something that goes into the absurdities of the mind, is appropriately understandable and yet somewhat frantic. Like, I know that every one of them caught me just a little bit off guard, and that's not a bad thing. Like, I believe that element of surprise is essential. Though, granted, much like our main character Pandora, that seems to be something that might just affect me. I'm rather slow on the uptake, don't have the best reaction times, and overall don't respond well to pressure. I sort of fold like a wet sponge under most circumstances, if I'm being honest. But I have to say, I think, at least in this initial stage, granted, that this is a very approachable experience into this microgame-like thing. And there's hints of tasty lore all over the place. And I will repeat this over and over again as many times as I need to, interesting implication, and I just adore every second of it. Let me tell you, the videos that I watched before this really didn't do it justice, especially with all the dialogue that you can explore. And I don't blame them for not showing it. In fact, I'm not going to lie, there might be something that I didn't manage to get because either there was an option I forgot to pick or an option that's only selectable during a certain part of dialogue or a part in the progression of the intermission before the first proper stage. But yeah, wow. I really relate to all of these people. Even the ones that I initially half wrote off as jerks because of their initial behavior. But come on, I myself should know better. A first impression is just that, a first impression, compared to the rest of the person's life. Shouldn't be so judgmental, but you always want to resort to your first looks just because it's easier. Life ain't easy. You shouldn't make it harder on yourself by trying to make it easy. Point is, great demo, and I'm sure it's gonna be shaping up to an even greater game. Check it out if you think you might even be the slightest bit interested, and keep an eye out for future updates. Alright, that being said, wrapping things up now, Carmen, take it away, and take care to all of you. Have a good night.